This is day 2 of my virtual Moogfest. Day 1 I looked at the Voyager, day 2 I'm going to look at the Minimoog, then I'm going to look at the Sub 37, the Grandmother and the Mother 32. Not going into too much depth, just a little bit of fun while everyone's self-isolating, Moogfest's cancelled, and we've all got a bit of spare time on our hands. And hopefully other people will join in and add to hashtag virtual Moogfest. Bit of fun for everyone. Although I'm feeling slightly guilty that I'm excluding other synths, so of course, maybe it should be hashtag virtual synthfest. All are welcome, but it's probably only ever going to be just me. And when I got this, I was surprised how big it is. It's really thick and chunky. It's like, you know, it's that, where am I? It's this thick, it's massive. It's about 20 odd kilo. I thought the Voyager was heavy, but this is a monster. But because this is just sort of twist and go, I actually use it a lot more, although I probably don't get the range of tones from it that I can from the Voyager. As you saw them in the Voyager, just flicking through a few tones. You know, there's loads of ideas straight away, whereas this you got to sort of spend a little bit more time. And I probably don't end up with as big a palette of sounds from this as I do with the Voyager. But the immediacy of this was a real huge eye-opener. Not having presets after having soft synths and virtual analogues like the Novation Supernova and the Roland JV2080, all of which I used over everything, but I had to deal with these tiny screens and stuff. It's really refreshing. Wow, big panel. Big panel I have to tweak to get anything useful from. And without a doubt, when I power the studio up, this is, without exception, the first synth to have a little tweak with to get me in the mood. It might be because it's in the right location next to the sockets, or maybe because it's just the right height, or maybe because it's the Minimoog. I love it, I love it, I love it. And the range of tones you can get from such an old, sort of 50-year-old synth is just staggering, really. Really nice, simple. Everything just sounds spot on, doesn't it? Really nervous of doing another filter sweep on this. Oh, funny. Maybe I'll do it on a square this time just so that the bots don't get me. Gorgeous, isn't it? And obviously it's not only the Mini that you can get a huge range of sounds from just a few oscillators, a mixer and a filter. But I love that it's sort of the synth that was the catalyst from the move from big modular systems to something more manageable and less expensive. And if you've seen the images of the prototypes Model A, B and C, now Bob Moog developed the idea of a standard signal path. It seems obvious now what, you know, oscillator to mixer, and then modify it with a loudness contour, an envelope on the filter, and the addition of resonance in particular. I mean, there's probably hundreds or even thousands of ways of putting all these modules together. But this is the one that Bob Moog settled on, and it's the basis for pretty much all synths ever since. So yeah, for simple tones. To something really fat. That quickly. I don't know about you, but I feel like it sounds a little bit more punchy than the Voyager. Let's add a nice little bit of filter modulation, shall we? Maybe try a little bit of FM. Oh, I didn't try FM on the Voyager, but it does FM. But I'm not getting it back out again. There's a little switch on it to flick into FM mode for oscillator 3. On this, I'm going to change from the LFO to oscillator 3. And turn oscillator 3 off as well. I can just do that for hours, you know. But I won't. Yeah. And the Voyager has got sync. This hasn't got sync. And obviously the modulation on this is much, much, much more limited than it is on the Voyager. This has only got oscillator and filter modulation, all accessed by this and these two knobs here. Okay, let's do a bit of cheating with this. I've got the H9 on the other side of the studio, so I'm controlling it with the iPad app. A little bit of black hole reverb. Cool. It took me about 20 minutes to set that up just for that, but it was fun. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? And I'm currently in the middle of making a series from a Patreon channel called How to Program Almost Any Synth, in which I use this to demonstrate the basis of subtractive synthesis and how each section works and what it does. So looking at each section in turn and how that's applied across the board in loads of synths, and actually making that series and taking my time to explain things has really given me a much deeper respect for it, just because I've spent quite a lot of time with it over the past few weeks as well. Absolutely love it. And as I say, it didn't cost me a penny. The money's still there. The money's here. So I tell the wife anyway. It's never coming out of there. It's always going to be in it. Hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. I know there wasn't an awful lot of playing in it, but we've all heard it before, haven't we? Just quite nice to tell the stories, I think. And if you did enjoy it, please subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe pop over to my Patreon page. You never know, you might be able to learn how to program almost any synth based on this. And next up tomorrow is going to be the Sub 37. I'll see you then.